Ladies and gentlemen, and viewers, friends, good day. Today I'm going to talk about the novel, one of the Russian novel which is included in world literature, written by Lev Tolstoy. The name of the same is Anna Karenina. So as all of you are well aware and well acquainted with the name of Tolstoy, he is a very famous world-famed writer, Lev Tolstoy. So Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy, who born in 1828 and he died in 1910. He was a well-known Russian writer. He's the author of two famous books, War and Peace and Anna Karenina. So today I'm going to discuss about Anna Karenina. So before starting this novel, I would like to tell you that there are many characters involved in this novel. So Anna Arkadvina Karenina, high society heroine, love affair, keynotes the novel. Alexei Alexandrovich Karenin, Anna's deceived husband. He is a frigid, lonely man with an influential government position in St. Petersburg. Sergei Alexeyevich Karenin, the son of Anna and Mr. Karenina, as known as Seryoja. Seryoja is Anna's son, who is forced to leave for her lover's sake. So Count Alexei Kirillovich Vronsky, Anna's lover and honorable, rich, handsome aide-de-camp with promising army career, which he gives up in order to live with Anna. Konstantin Dmitrich Levin Kostia, autobiographical hero of this novel. Levin, Konstantin Dmitrich Levin, Princess Katerina Alexandrovna Katy, the 18 years old debutante who becomes Levin's wife. Prince Stephen Alexandrovich Oblonsky, as known as Steva, Prince Daria Alexandrovna Oblonsky, Steva's long-suffering wife and Katy's older sister. Nikolai Dmitrich Levin, Levin's profligate brother who dies of tuberculosis. Sergei Ivanovich Kozyshev, Levin's elder half-brother, who is famous writer and intellectual. So the story of this great novel starts. The Oblonsky family of Moscow is torn apart by adultery. Dolly Oblonsky has caught her husband, Steva, having an affair with their children's former governess and threatens to leave him. Steva is somewhat remorseful but mostly dazed and uncomprehending. Steva's sister, Anna Karenina, wife of St. Petersburg government official Karenin, arrives at Oblonsky to mediate. Eventually, Anna is able to bring Steva and Dolly to a reconciliation. Meanwhile, Dolly's younger sister, Katy, is courted by two suitors, Konstantin Levin, an awkward landowner, and Alexei Vronsky, a dashing military man. Kitty turns down Levin in favor of Vronsky, but not long after. Vronsky meets Anna Karenina and falls in love with her instead of Kitty. The devastated Kitty falls ill. Levin, depressed after having been rejected by Kitty, withdraws to his estate in country. Anna returns to St. Peter, reflecting on her infatuation with Vronsky, but when she arrives home, she dismisses it as fleeting crush. Vronsky, however, follows Anna to St. Petersburg, and their mutual attraction intensifies as Anna begins to mix with the free-thinking social set of Vronsky's cousin Betsy, Tverskaya. At a party, Anna implores Vronsky to ask Katie's forgiveness. In response, he tells Anna that he loves her. Karenina goes home from the party alone, sensing that something is amiss. He speaks to Anna later and that night about his suspicion regarding her and Vronsky, but she curtly dismisses his concern. Some time later, Vronsky participated in a military officer horse race. Though an unaccomplished horseman, he makes an error during the race, inadvertently breaking his horse's back. Karenina notices his wife's intense interest in Vronsky. During the race, he confronts Anna afterward, and she candidly admits to Karenina, to her husband, that she's having an affair and that she loves Vronsky. Karenina is stunned by this news. Kitty, meanwhile, attempts to recover the other character. Kitty recover her health at Spa in Germany, where she meets a pious Russian woman and her do-gooder Portuguese Verenka. Kitty also meets Levin's sickly brother Nikolai, who is also recovering at the spa. Levin's intellectual half-brother Sergei Korzinchev visit Levin in the country and criticize him for quitting his post on the local administrative council. Levin explained that he resigned because he found the work bureaucratic and useless. Levin works enthusiastically with the peasant on his estate, but is frustrated by the resistance to agriculture innovation. He visits Dolly, who tempts him with talk of reviving a relationship with Kitty. Later, Levin meets Kitty at a dinner party at the Oblonsky household, and the two feel their mutual love. They become engaged and marry. Karenina rejects Anna's request for a divorce. He insists that they maintain outward appearances by staying together. Anna moves to the family country home. However, away from her husband, she encounters Vronsky often, but their relationship becomes clouded after Anna reveals she is pregnant. Vronsky considers resigning his military post, but his old ambitions prevent him. Karenina, catching Vronsky at the Karenina country home one day, finally agrees to divorce Anna. In her childbirth's agony, begs for Karenina's forgiveness, and he suddenly grants it. He leaves the divorce decision in her hands. She resents his generosity and does not ask for a divorce. Instead, Anna and Vronsky go to Italy, where they lead an aimless existence. Eventually, the two return to Russia, where Anna is spurned by society, which consider her adultery disgraceful. Anna and Vronsky withdraw into seclusion, though Anna dares a bird. Day visit to her young son at Karenina's home, Serayuja. She begins to feel great jealousy for Vronsky, resenting the fact that he is free to participate in society while she is housebound and scorned. Married life brings surprises for Levin, including his sudden lack of freedom when Levin is called away to visit his dying brother Nikolai. Kitty sparks a quarrel by insisting on accompanying him. Levin finally allows her to join him. Ironically, Kitty is more helpful to the dying Nikolai than Levin is, greatly comforting him in his final days. Kitty discovers she is pregnant. Dolly and her family join Levin and Kitty at Levin's country estate for the summer. At one point, Stiva visits, bringing along a friend, Wisłowski, who irks Levin by flirting with Kitty. Levin finally asks Wisłowski to leave. Dolly decides to visit Anna and finds her radiant and seemingly very happy. Dolly is impressed by Anna's luxurious country home, but disturbed by Anna's dependence on sedatives to sleep. Anna still awaits a divorce. Levin and Katie move to Moscow to await the birth of their baby, and they're astonished at the expenses of city life. Levin makes a trip to the provinces to take part in important local election. Levin is another character in which he vote brings a victory for young liberals. One day, Stiva takes Levin to visit Anna, whom Levin is never meet. Anna enchants Levin, but her success in pleasing Levin only fuels her resentment towards Vronsky. She grows paranoid that Vronsky no longer loves her. Now the falling action. The rising action, that they fall together in love with each other. Now Anna feels that Vronsky is no more taking interest and loves her. Meanwhile, Kitty enters labor, bears a son. Levin is confused by conflicting emotion he feels towards the infant. Stiva goes to St. Petersburg to seek a cushy job and to beg Karenina to grant Anna the divorce he once promised her. Karenina, following the advice of questionable French psychic, refuses. Anna picks a quarrel with Vronsky, accusing him. Now the falling actions start, accusing him of putting his mother before her and unfairly postponing plans to go to the country. Vronsky tries to accommodating, but Anna remains angry. When Vronsky leaves on an errand, Anna is tormented. She sends him a telegram urgently calling him home, followed by a profusely apologetic note. In this desperation, Anna drives to Dolly to say goodbye and then returns home. She resolved to meet Vronsky at the train station after his errand, and she rides to the station in stupor. At the station, despairing and dazed by the crowd, Anna throws herself under a train and dies. She committed suicide because the failure of her love affair with Vronsky. 2 months later, Sergei book his final, when he been published to virtue to acclaim. Sergei repressed the disappointment, buying a patriotic Russian support to Slavic people. Kitty becomes worried by Levin's gloomy mood. He has become immersed in question about the meaning of life, a philosophical question because Levin is too much philosophical, and the hero and the protagonist of this novel, but feels unable to answer. One day, however, a peasant remarked to Levin that the point of life is not to fill one's belly, but to serve God and goodness. Levin received this advice as gospel, and life is suddenly transformed by faith. This is actually Lev Tolstoy is portraying himself in the shape of Levin. Later that day, Levin, Dolly, and Dolly's children seek shelter from a sudden violent thunderstorm, only to discover that Kitty and Levin's young son are still outside. Levin runs to the woods and sees a huge oak fueled by lightning. He fears the worst, but his wife and child are safe. For the first time, Levin feels real love for his son. Kitty is pleased. Levin reflects again, meaning of the life lies in that good that he can procure. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Anna Karenina, the novel of Lev Tolstoy, it is a story of an adulterous woman, Anna. Despite that she had a good husband, a loving husband, but she feels love towards Vronsky, Count Vronsky, and she had destroyed her life. And finally, due to the failure of her love affair, she committed suicide. So the key facts of this novel is, the title of this novel is Anna Karenina. Author Lev Tolstoy. Type of work as a novel. Genre of this novel is idea, psychological novel, tragedy. Language involved in this Novel is Russian, time and place 1873-1877, estate of Yasnaya Polyana near Moscow, the estate of Tolstoy. So the date of first publication 1873. So these in-depth fact narrator point of view, the nameless narrator of this novel present both facts, inner thought of character that no single character in plot could come, chiefly with regard to Anna and Levin, but occasionally to other as well. The narrator described characters, states of mind, feeling and attitude for a lengthy section at the end of part 7. So the tone of these many realist novels of the same time period, this is the purely setting place is St. Petersburg, Moscow, the provinces, Germany and Italy. Protagonist of this novel and the heroine of Anna Karenina, Konstantin Levin. So major conflict, Anna struggles between her passion for Vronsky and for desire for independence on the one hand and her marital duty, social convention and material love on the other. Levin struggles to define his own identity and the reach in understanding of faith in alienating and confusing world. Rising action, Anna meets Vronsky in a train station, initiating acquaintance. They grow into adulterous passion and family upheaval. This consummation of affair leads Anna's abandonment of her husband and son, Sirayusha. Meanwhile, Kitty rebuffs Levin's marriage proposal, prompting him to withdraw to his state in the country, reflect to the meaning of life. So, climax of this novel is Anna makes a public appearance at the opera, forcing a confrontation between her desire to live life on her own terms and hostile opinion of St. Petersburg society, which scorns and rejects her. This episode seals her fate as social outcast and fallen woman. Meanwhile, Levin's search for meaning is rewarded by a marriage of Kitty and a stable life. Falling option is this Anna commits suicide, unable to bear the lack of social freedom and the jealousy and suspicion arising from her unstable relationship with Vronsky. Meanwhile, Levin continued his new life with enlightened husband, father and landowner. So the motive is the interior monologue, adultery, forgiveness. Thank you very much. If you read this novel, Anna Karenina, you will enjoy it. Thank you.